Good morning, and welcome to Island Tea with your faves, Kevin and Azim, featuring Jade, Gwenisha Johnson, who's not here with us today. And it is Friday, October 29th, and the time is 8:06 a.m.
Friday.
Friday.
Good morning, everybody. Kevin, it's the beginning of the weekend.
The short weekend, and then we have to do it all over again.
Yeah, but we take what we get. You understand? We take what we get.
That's all we can do.
Man.
Ain't a few options.
Yeah. How you doing now?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, man. Man, I just you ever like actually have a good night and feeling good about your day, and somebody just decide to just before you get started, just mess it all up?
Ruin it. Yep. Jade.
I wasn't calling the name, but yeah, but it's fine though. It's fine. You know, we make do when others try to get us down. But things are happening, you know, cause this morning we're actually supposed to speak to our friends in Antigua. And yeah, speaking to important people.
Yeah, we got a good lineup today.
When is Antigua Independence?
Coming up, it's really soon. So should I spill the beans or should I wait for Darren to spill the beans?
At least we can know when the independence is.
Well, I mean, the rest of it, the guests. Their
No.
Independence Day is November 1st, so it's on Monday.
Okay.
So we have we get joined by some two special guests.
One.
Cross Caribbean
Maybe
Link Up.
one.
Two.
It's two? Okay.
I got the inside scoop. So it's coming, have no fear. Okay, so we'll jump into Cross Caribbean Link Up with our friends over in Antigua. Good morning, Darren.
First to get our Kenwa from Bangladesh. Good morning, Kevin.
How are you doing?
Good morning from Antigua. 40 years old, almost. Antigua
40 years old.
Pardon me. My Barbudan friends will nail me to the cross. In studio with me is the Honorable Jamal Pringle. He's the leader of the opposition in the House of Parliament. And so yes, we're an esteemed company. And also to continue the esteemed company is Joseph Aparicio, the host of the Morning Jojo Show here on News Corp Observer Radio. Jojo, thank you so much for being willing to let's try this thing out.
Yeah.
A lot of people have been saying, Darren, why you don't do a thing with, a program with Jojo? I said, why not the regional link up? I had that brainwave within the last.
Wow, we had that light bulb went off.
That light bulb went off. Two interactions as well,
Hey, thank you very much, Darren.
You're
And
welcome.
for a lot of people though, who, because you have your detractors everywhere. Some people might to listen, you're scraping the bottom of the barrel. But you know what? So be it. Hey, SKP, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I tell you what, Darren and I are two different personalities. Darren is more diplomatic, whereas I will say as it is. You know what I mean?
Jojo has
You'll do well with us.
First-
You'll do well with us, Jojo.
And for some reason, Darren's diplomacy seems to lessen when he gets on the show with us. I don't know why.
Yeah, because we are what you call a liability.
Hey, before we go any further though, I have a good friend in St. Kitts and I have to big him up. His name is Ricky Skerritt. He is still the marketing manager for the brewery, you know him?
I
Kenrick
don't know.
Isaac, sorry, Kenrick Isaac. He's the marketing manager for the brewery in St. Kitts.
I know him. I don't know exactly what he is doing now, but
Right.
if he's smart, he's listening, and I'm sure he's a smart guy.
Okay. And I'm sure he's a smart guy.
Yeah, because Honorable Jamal Pringle, say good morning to the folks in St. Kitts. I don't know if y'all have any questions for the leader of our opposition here?
I'm sure
So
they
not yet.
don't much better skills than us because democracy is under threat here in Antigua and Barbuda.
Yeah.
Before we even get to the question today,
Yeah.
let me ask you, you guys have now achieved herd immunity?
No. we have gotten to 70% of our target population. When we do get to 100% of our target population, we would have gotten to herd immunity. I know the numbers
100%.
are misleading. Well, so what St. Kitts has done is since the beginning of the vaccination rollout, they have calculated 70% of the population. So the numbers that we've been working with this entire time is that 70% of the target population. When we look at numbers, we're only working with those numbers. So it was a little misleading. We achieved 70% of that target population. So we are still 30% away from achieving herd immunity. So it's a bit confusing, but the numbers are a little confusing with how it's phrased.
I'm confused because the government said 70%, and now you find out it's really 100%. Am I right in saying?
No, it's not 100%. But anyway.
No, it's
Yeah.
It's
Go ahead.
from what I
Yeah.
understand, he's saying if it's 100,000 to reach herd immunity, you need that 100,000 of the population that they have canvassed or did the census on to reach herd immunity. But if they're now at 70% of that 100,000 to reach herd immunity,
I'm even more confused.
so they're not at the 70% is not for them to be for herd immunity. They have another 30% to go, because if it's 100,000, they're at they're at 70,000. Yeah, so they want 30 more thousand to reach herd immunity. But what they're working with is not the total herd immunity, but the amount of persons needed.
Let me ask you this, Kevin. What's the population in St. Kitts right now?
It's about 55,000.
Okay.
And the numbers that we're working with, the target population has been calculated to be about 33,000. So that's the numbers that we're working with. So out of that 33,000 persons that have, which is 70% of the population of St. Kitts, the eligible population of St. Kitts, we have only vaccinated 70% of that 33,000. I don't know if that makes the numbers sound more understandable.
Yes, I think so.
So the government, it's a whole cake, a whole pie. The government decided to slice out the piece that we are going to work with. So all of the numbers have been focused on that slice. So we're talking percentages of that slice, not percentages of the entire picture.
Okay, right. So, but one quick thing is that have the restrictions been lessened in any way since you have gotten to that 70%?
I mean, we have been seeing some, I think we could say we've been seeing some, in relation to travel. We've seen a gradual relaxation of the protocols as it relates to traveling. The task force has been hinting that they're looking at allowing more and more social gatherings as we move forward. Those may be some of the more tangible changes that we've seen, but there has been a gradual ease in the restrictions.
Okay, so you can go to a restaurant, sit down and eat.
Well, we've been able to do that for some time. We've been able to do that for quite some time. Generally,
what can you do now that you weren't able to do here before?
Well, like I said, most the biggest ones have to do with
events. It's more events,
like parties, fetes, that type of thing. There's a talk of having some of that come back. Also, like I said, in relation to travel, our quarantine was still at basically 4 days up until a few weeks ago. And now we see a relaxation in that too. Now vaccinated travelers have to quarantine for 1 day, after which they're tested and able to leave quarantine once receiving a negative test. So it's more that also, we've seen some changes to for instance, in the tourism industry. There's announcements being made of flights being daily now. There's
the return of the British Airways.
Return of the British Airways flight. So it's more of that stuff But in terms of how we live our daily lives, the main one probably still we at a 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. curfew. That they seem like they forget to backspace that on the standing rule and orders. but for the most part, it's just been gradual easing. I think we are just waiting to be able to socialize again.
Yes,
But
of course.
just
Yeah, go ahead, Jamal.
how's the education system coping down there?
Well, we're doing face-to-face instruction with the teachers. We're doing face-to-face.
But we also,
Yeah.
and we also recently implemented a semester break. So the schools got a 1 week break. I think it's still happening. I think it's the last day. It resumes on Monday. So teachers and students were given a 1 week break from school. I'm not sure if this is going to be continued going forward, but it was the first year it's happened. So, a bit of a break for staff. Well, not necessarily faculty. Staff, the auxiliary staff of the schools still have to work. The gardeners, the secretaries, logistical stuff still has to continue.
Yeah, I think also what was happening initially, there were some adjustments at the beginning of the school year, trying to figure out exactly how to manage positive cases in the schools. I think for the most part, that has not really stopped face-to-face instruction. You may have had some classes from a school here or there that were asked to stay home for some time, but for the most part, school has remained open since the beginning of the school year. So, yeah, we've been managing that, and the truth is, over the past maybe 2 weeks, we've seen a gradual reduction in the number of active cases. So,
yeah.
Because why I asked Darren, I'm still concerned that from the inception of COVID, getting back to students back in classrooms, teachers took on that risk. They braved the storm and they were back out in face-to-face learning. I haven't heard any great outbreak happening in the schools. No? So now, I'm concerned that the first set of people who this mandate affecting are teachers. When they were out there braving the storm, and now they were told that unless you're vaccinated, you can't come back to work. When they were out there championing the cause to educate our students, when they were the ones to put and get this Google Classroom going for our students, why is it that they were the first ones to be affected by this mandate? I think this is something for me, Darren, that is troubling.
And then now students I know you had a problem with the students now being told that they can't go to school unless they're vaccinated. You have a
and
concern
Darren,
about
have a concern because what they're doing here and what this whole vaccine campaign is doing is creating an apartheid. Persons don't want to sit with persons because they're not vaccinated. Persons, I don't want to speak to you because you're not vaccinated. You're creating an apartheid that you're further dividing us as a people rather than bringing us for us to work together. If I'm sitting with you on a daily basis and you're not vaccinated, how is it that if I believe in it, I can sit and every little second I try to convince you as to why you should get vaccinated? Now what you're doing, you're separating people. Come on.
I just have a different view on that. But let me ask you, is there mandatory vaccine in St. Kitts?
No.
There have been some private entities that have issued mandates for the employees, but there is no government instituted mandate at this time. Well, say one, say two, because at the same time there are some industries where you are required to be vaccinated to work in, for instance, like the tourism industry. If you're going to be engaging with visitors, then you have to be vaccinated. But there's no official mandate from the government for any civil servants.
Okay, you had a follow up to that?
Yeah, no. I just wanted to and I see where Jamal is going with this because of course he's a former teacher. So you would be lenient in that regard. I have a problem. Let me tell you where my problem is not so much in and I don't think one thing I know, which and as a former coach, I don't think children really think about who vaccinated and who not vaccinated and their part. What I have a problem with is that you're allowing children to come back and then giving them 2 weeks. My thing is that listen, if you're going to make a rule, make the rule and say listen, 1st of January everybody has to be back in school. If you're not vaccinated and you have a 2-month period now, if you're not vaccinated by then, you can. I mean, if there's a rule, there's a rule. Now, I guess everybody has their own view on how you're going to implement it. I just don't see the sense of so the child comes back for 2 weeks and then not vaccinated, you have to stop.
If you're not vaccinated, you can't go.
Yeah, but my thing is that listen, it's either you're in or you're out, and if you say listen, by the end of the year, everybody has to be vaccinated or they can't. Yeah.
But my thing, what about the education? With between a certain age, you must be in school.
True. By law.
By law.
Yeah.
So, and students cannot decide for themselves.
So you're breaking the law.
So you're going to break the law. Listen,
That's an interesting question.
Yeah.
Let me just share this with you, everybody. This is a response to Mr. Pringle, at least one of the many. I agree with Mr. Pringle 200%. Mandating the vaccine is quite ridiculous. Children are being deprived of a proper education and people are without work. This bully government with no compassion. A vaccinated person can get COVID and pass it on the same way an unvaccinated person can. The government is treating unvaccinated persons like lepers, and it is very wrong to do so. Any reaction to that, Mr. Pringle? The person agree with you. So
there's nothing to say in regards to that because it's clear.
Jojo, any thoughts on that?
I think that's a harsh text, but I just wanted to go back over to St. Kitts though. In terms of sporting events, and I know you spoke about fetes and parties and so on. Those are out of the question. One, has the government said, well, listen, there's going to be no carnival as yet, because carnival is scheduled for December, as we all know. And two, in terms of sporting events, have that started back?
Well, I mean, Kevin's name, one of his names is Fetvan, so I let him speak to carnival. But in relation to the sporting, well, as I'm sure most of you would know, we staged the CPL here. All the games were played here, and there was allowance for some live audience. I think it was 50% capacity of the venue. The other thing was that it was vaccinated only patrons. So that happened. In terms of the local sporting events, that has been on pause. However, there was an announcement last week, that we were actually going to be getting football back in the park, starting November 6th. So that also is one of the ways that we've seen a gradual easing of the restriction, the allowance of the local sporting leagues to they've gotten the green light to go back out.
Was
following.
there a spike at any point during the CPL?
I think what happened is the CPL happened during a spike. I don't know if you could say.
Yeah. The spike began before CPL began, and that in itself rose the question of, is CPL going to continue? Is it still going to be staged? Which it was, because they had protocols in place to contain the CPL players and the staff within a bubble. So the staff were not coming into direct contact with any of the attendees. So they continued to move forward with that. We even had one instance where a player broke the bubble and left the bubble for reasons, personal reasons, and they were removed from the tournament just because they left.
Just how personal were those reasons, Kevin?
Yeah.
But there were
I'm not sure.
reports. There were reports. There were reports.
There were reports.
Yeah, he
but
was dealing with he was dealing with the loss of a close personal friend.
yeah, there
And,
was a family. Yeah, there was some
yeah.
emergency.
Yeah.
That isn't the story that the CPL gave after to it. You know that
What was the story?
well the CPL, I mean, when they checked there was no loss of no personal friend.
Oh, okay.
And
There
the
might
guy
have been a
just-
personal friend, but just not the
Right,
last
because the
personal
camera had picked up, you know, when he jumped the fence and whatever. So
friend. Anyway, I tell you how Jojo is character. Anyway,
Well, there we go. This.
just some more reaction to this conversation. By the way, just to confirm, Kevin, Azem, state of emergency in St. Kitts still exists?
yeah.
No one.
I
No?
don't think so.
Yeah,
I'm
don't
not
sound
100% sure, but I don't think so anymore. I could be wrong.
All right. Yeah.
So with
But let me just ask Jamal. Jamal, is there a difference? And I know you're not a lawyer. Is there a difference between a state and emergency and a curfew being imposed? Is
yes, you can, for the public health reason under the Public Health Act,
right.
you can put a curfew in place to curb movements to manage the transmission of the disease. Whereas under state of emergency, you as a citizen, you can't do certain things. Certain rights are taken away from you. But whereas under the Public Health Act, it gives the government guidelines. So, for example, under a state of emergency, it's for the government to just move to it and say this is the situation where if I'm out there protesting and they say that I'm a threat, they can lock me up for 2 weeks before I know what I'm going to be charged with, and they can hold me for, I think it's 1 month before I'm being taken to a magistrate for them to hear my case. So there's a difference between a curfew and a state of emergency, because under a state of emergency, it's the government that can dictate as to how serious is the emergency. And for me, I don't support it, because here it is that you're doing everything on the state of emergency except that you can move between 11 and 5 a.m. And you know, I don't see it's necessary.
But have there been any abuses, Honorable Pringle?
No, we haven't seen it yet.
You think that's to come?
Well, Darren,
The
let me say this.
indication is that the state of emergency
Let me
will
say
follow
this.
at the end of the month.
Let me
at
say
the end
this.
of the year.
People livelihoods,
Mhm.
people livelihood is on the line.
Okay.
And I'm not going to support anybody going on the breadline based on how the government is acting.
Okay.
And I'm calling on people for us to go out there and push back against the government. That's the only how you're going to see a difference in their behavior.
Was there any reports of, like Darren says, abuse in St. Kitts?
No, that seemed to not be a major concern. The opposition did raise similar concerns to Mr. Pringle as they debated it in the House here. But in terms of any widespread abuses or any claims of such, not to my knowledge, no.
Mm-hmm. Let me share some more reaction to the Honorable Jamal Pringle. Good morning. He's hedging his responses. Mr. Lovell's personal support for the vaccine does not mean it's the position of the opposition party. This is just a reaction. You will be invited to respond, of course, in the interest of fairness. If the party does support the vaccine, they're certainly not heralding it out loud and clear. This is the listener. He went on to say, he does not see the state of emergency in other places. Yes, there are states of emergency in other places. And 102 persons have confirmed as having died from this virus over a period of a year. And so many have endured extreme suffering. The economy is on the brink of collapse. And he don't see that is a state of emergency. Lord help us. This person is obviously critical. So unlike the previous one. So I'm giving you both sides. This person is suggesting that, the mandate is necessary, the state of emergency is necessary. Why is it you're so opposed to it, given the challenge of the virus? And to add to that, it's not so much the government that's dividing. This is what the person is suggesting. It's the virus itself that's causing this issue. The virus is to be blamed. Your response to that?
Is the campaign of the government towards the vaccine and who take the vaccine and who don't? Because you hear it every day. I'm sure you'll get the clippings from another radio station of how persons are being chastised for not taking the vaccine, or when you go and take the vaccine, you're still being chastised. Come on, Darren. You don't want me to take the vaccine. I don't want me to take the vaccine. And the first part of the statement.
What's that? Oh,
With the leader.
With the leader.
Yeah.
When I saw the PSA said, I am Harold Lovell, political leader of the United Progressive Party. And he went on to advocate for taking.
Let me ask you this: within the party, though, was there ever a discussion where more PSAs will be done by the candidates?
Yes, you have the option of advocating for the vaccine, and we have been advocating that.
No. Was there a discussion to have more candidates do more PSAs?
Yes, we have discussions as to PSAs going out, and we decided rather than doing this public thing, have one-on-one with people so that you feel, and from there you're able to manage rather than just have a broad. I'm not going to do a PSA just to say I have a PSA out. But when I go and have a discussion with you, I value your opinion. I'm going to share mine. We're going to have a discussion. We're going to see. Let's see how we can meet at a common place. And just
Okay, let me ask you this quick, and I don't want to take over, Darren. Of the 16 candidates, though, because I've always wanted to find out this, of the 16 candidates, what percentage do you know, and as leader, you would know who has been vaccinated and who has not been vaccinated? Am I right in saying that you should know?
no, I don't go out and ask people their vaccination status.
You serious?
I don't ask people their vaccination status.
Wow.
What I can tell you
Right.
is that we are for vaccine. We are for.
Also, you don't know
we
how
believe
of
it-
the 16, how
we
many people
believe-
have been vaccinated?
We believe in the science.
okay.
Yeah.
Kevin, Azam, I'm rescuing the situation.
No, you're not rescuing a situation.
I just wanted to, and I think a lot of us, I mean, and a lot of us who, Kevin, who sit on the fence, I mean, these are questions to me
That
that
people want to know.
I mean, and I'm certain people have asked you.
No, well, that's the first time I'm getting that question.
That one, that how many people?
How many persons are vaccinated within
Listen,
my
if we
organization?
interview the captain of the West Indies team or the CEO of CWI, and we had him here, Johnny Grave, and he was proud to say 96% of the cricketers
vaccinated.
have been vaccinated. I don't see the secret. I mean, we're not asking you directly, listen, is Peter Reds vaccinated?
But
do you think?
wait, let me ask a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
How many government ministers you doing PSAs? What percentage?
No,
Because-
we're talking about vaccination. How many? We know all of them are vaccinated. We
Well
saw
decide,
them.
right.
Shouldn't the UPP? Hey, we're leading from the front. We are all vaccinated.
How
Or-
that is leading from the front?
I think actually, to be honest, I do believe that your support for the vaccination, there's nothing more that says more than I support the vaccination than stating that I've been vaccinated. I think that goes.
Yeah, I
I
think
think that speaks more to your support. If you say me and my family have been vaccinated, if I say that to somebody, meaning look, I have done the research. This is the choice. This is what I've chosen for my family. I don't have to go and try and convince you that the vaccination is the right thing for you or anybody else. Just by my actions, I've displayed that is my position.
And I hear
you know,
that.
I think that
And
is
there
it's
are
more of a
many- There are
situation.
many persons. There are
Oh, go
many
ahead,
persons
yeah.
within the organization who have made their vaccination status public.
Yeah. Go ahead, Kevin. What you saying?
I was just saying that I think it's you know, like the example of the cricketers. I think that, you know, it's obviously a topic that is going to come up. It's something that we can't avoid at this point. And the fact that the captain was able to give a percentage shows that there's, you know, he was given that figure because it's something that will be asked. And I think, you know, I think it would show, it would exercise encouragement if, you know, to each their own, you know, nobody's obligated to share their vaccination status, but I think it does a great deal if, you know, persons who are in a party that could potentially be leading the country at some point, encouraging others by showing what they have done. So I'm a bit shocked that there's no knowledge of the party's percentage or how many people, even if it's like, yes, more than half. Because, we see that kind of grammar all the time, the verbiage where people say more than half, less than half, more than 70%. But for it to be a bit of a...
But I can tell you, Kevin, is a high percentage.
A high percentage of the candidates are vaccinated.
Yes.
The 60.
Okay, the tech is telling me we're going to have to go soon, so I need to ask your thoughts on independence at 40, Honorable Jamal Pringle, and bear in mind, of course, we have our brothers and sisters over in St. Kitts listening keenly to the leader of the opposition. Who knows, he might be a future Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda, speaking on Antigua and Barbuda's independence.
Well, Darren, independence is something we started off by saying where we are as a country in terms of the Queen being the head of state. I think that, it's time for us to really move from that and really celebrate true independence. Independence is a celebration for all of us, because even though we don't reach to that point where we all think that we should reach, we have made serious strides in dictating our own future, and that is to be commended. So whether it's the Labour Party from the past, the UPP, we all have to applaud ourselves for sticking the course. And though with our political differences, we're able to remain an independent nation, and we're continuing to work towards the betterment of Antigua and Barbuda. And I trust that under the next UPP government, you will see the true independence where persons' democracy is not being threatened, and we move from this.
But there has to be democracy to elect you, right?
Yes.
So we are in a democracy.
But then you're seeing persons trying to take away that democracy.
Well, that's arguable. You ready to be Prime Minister, Jamal?
I'm ready for whatever the Lord have in store for me.
Specific. Try that.
Hey,
Are you ready to be Prime Minister? Go ahead, Jojo.
Let me just say this. The last time I sat next to the leader of the opposition was at a football conference at Multipurpose, and I went home and I was quite excited. I told my sister, I spent 4 hours sitting next to Baldwin Spencer, the Honorable Baldwin Spencer, and I said to her, and she laughed, and I said to her, well, he will become Prime Minister, and we made a joke out of it, and then in 2004, she reminded me of that. So let me just say that, that this is a good sign that I'm sitting next to Pringle.
Because if your party wins,
Jojo is a kingmaker.
Let's say the election doesn't, yes, and the election doesn't go a particular way. Let me just say that generally. You're the leader of the...
Darren, I'm preparing myself for any eventuality.
All right.
Hey, Jamal, it was really good being here. Darren, again, it was really good being here.
Thank you very much.
And to SKB, it was really nice talking to you guys.
Kevin, as listen to, our favorite, my favorite, and I think it's near Jojo's favorite too, Independence tune. I don't know about the Honorable Jamal Pringle.
No, it's a wonderful tune. Yeah. And, it's sad that only around this time that you're hearing these songs. Yeah. I think these songs should play throughout the year.
Move to the head of the class. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful weekend, folks in St. Kitts.
You
and
too.
to all my friends and family in St. Kitts.
And happy independence, guys. More success and prosperity to you guys.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
And colonialist domination. We are now politically free in an independent nation. The dreams of our forefathers have finally come true, and the battle that they have fought are now benefiting me and you. If you really want to show you appreciation, raise your voices with me, and this pledge, let's sing along.
Alright guys, we're gonna be right back with more Island Tea right here on Win Media SKN. Stay locked, stay tuned, don't go nowhere.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib, it's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
Get ready for Christmas at Horseman's Get Ready 3-day weekend sale. For 3 days only, get ready for Christmas from this Thursday, October 28th to Saturday, October 30th at Horseman's Building Centers on St. Kitts and Nevis with 25% off on all discountable items store-wide. Yes, for 3 days only, this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Get ready for Christmas with 25% off store-wide on all discountable items at Horseman's Building Center, St. Kitts and Nevis Center. 25% off store-wide on all discountable items. Get ready for Christmas 3-day weekend sale with 25% off store-wide for 3 days only. This Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Come to Horseman's Building and Nevis Center on St. Kitts and Nevis and get ready for Christmas. Terms and conditions apply. See store for details.
Welcome back to Island Tea with your faves, Kevin and Azim, featuring Jade Gwenisha Johnson, who is absent today because she wanted to terrorize us.
Bye, Jade, I don't know, bye.
Jade, always Jaden.
Yeah, somebody here messaging me about Jade right now. I can't even tell you what
there's the album, The
Jade.
Miseducation. There's the album, The Miseducation of Brown Hill. Jade's album would be called The Audacity of Jade Gwenisha Johnson.
Yeah, boy. I don't know if I'd even be down to produce that.
I don't want to feature on it. Actually, I want to feature on it. I do. Let me get one of them talking tracks. The
interlude.
Interlude. Let me get an interlude.
Oh man. Hey,
but the Carib commercial on the track on the album.
But speaking of commercials, you realize the Christmas commercial start up?
Already.
The Christmas commercial start up. Wow. It's that time again.
No time.
It's that time again.
Christmas is upon us, everyone.
Yeah, the obnoxious December people then start bouncing now.
The December birthday people?
Yes.
Are we talking about the holiday people?
No, the birthday people. The holiday people. I mean, I don't get it as much, but they don't annoy me as much. They don't annoy me as much. They don't. Yeah. There's this one lady, like it don't matter what is happening, she relates it to the fact that she was born in December.
Okay. Like your outfit, born in December.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. That's exactly what she does. Okay. And like you do something that she like, she go, "You born in December now?" And like for the 167th time, no, I was born in February. Oh, that's close enough, man. That's what you saw.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, no.
Oh man. Oh boy. But yeah, Christmas is upon us. What we have before Christmas? Nothing, right?
We have.
Well, no. We don't have Halloween. We don't do Thanksgiving. So no. Cyber Mondays.
Yeah, Thanksgiving is more of an expat thing.
Cyber Monday.
If you want for. Well, we do have a holiday before. Well, not holiday, but we do have an event season. It's called Overwhelm the Courier Service season.
Oh yeah.
Where everybody order everything under the sun.
But to be honest, I'm so glad some of these flights coming back daily because
right?
It's been a challenge. You
know what? Let me give a speech. To everyone who orders and uses courier services. Please order in advance. Don't order. It is about to be a busy season as it has always been. And with the ease of, with the introduction of extreme accessibility to, ordering items from overseas, you and everyone else will be doing it. You don't wait until if an item is needed on Friday, don't wait until Tuesday to order it and cross your fingers and hope you get it and then upset when it doesn't show up. If you know you are interested in getting items, you can start purchasing them now. And everybody wants to wait for the concession announcement to take advantage of the concession, which you can do, but be proactive with it.
No, see, this is the thing, Kevin. Nothing wrong. I guess to me, it comes down to expectations. Don't order things you need at a certain time during December. The things that you don't like, you need, but
time sensitive item, not happening.
Yeah.
If you one of the big things is the outfits and the kids' toys. People are ordering things the week before Christmas and upset they ain't show up yet. Like, I know everyone's waiting for the duty-free concession, the duty reduction, but do it in advance. Like, order it in advance in terms of, like, if they make the announcement December 1st, you can begin to order on December 1st. You know it's coming. Start putting aside the money you need to order things so the items can come in. And when things start slowing down, your items will, either be here already or on their way before a certain time. Like, and then the orders, people just argue with the courier services because they're the reason the child didn't get the toy, or so on and so forth. No, it's just that if did you include the part that you ordered the toy yesterday?
Oh, yeah.
So please, everyone, just be a little more productive and proactive when it comes to this. We know it's going to happen. It happens every single year.
I listen to you saying, the people in pockets, they're waiting for the concession on Cyber Monday and thing. Hey, my thing is that's okay. Just one, this is my thing. You know what's going to happen. You know what's happening. Prepare yourself for it. Because for me, if I know I really need something, or I waited for the concession to order some new shoes, when the concession begins, I will instantly order those shoes. That way, they will arrive before I need them, way in advance. Like, I know everybody might find the last minute item they want and hope it gets you on time, but don't make everything a last minute item. So, here ends my speech. Here. So speaketh Kevin Hanley. Oh, bye. I wish I had money to other things, bye. Bye.
But
what I'm gonna do, what I'm probably gonna do is, I'm probably gonna go to sleep with my phone and Amazon under my pillow, and hopefully the shopping fairy could deliver some stuff for me. We'll see. I'll just put my wish list under my pillow.
Okay, sounds fair. Sounds good. Like a plan.
Yeah. I mean, watch, in these times, you got to do what you got to do. And see what work out.
You do what you got to do.
Yeah, try your thing, boy. Try your thing. You used to do the tooth thing with the tooth fairy thing?
I think so.
You used to think it was the tooth fairy, or you just know it was the parents and just walk out, buy one some money?
That was not really my concern. My concern, I think, was the money.
Yeah, it wasn't really concerned about who bringing it.
I don't care who bring it. I just know there's money coming.
Like, I knew for a fact. Like, let me tell you how bad it was. Like, I couldn't depend on my parents to know of these American traditions. So I would tell them that I'm going to put my tooth under my pillow, and the expectation is that
to prompt them into
so like to let them know that they're supposed to put money on my thing. So
okay,
like,
I get that.
Yeah, cause like my parents ain't following up on traditions. They ain't watching Disney Channel and so to find out. They ain't getting the information sources in the same as mine. So
right,
I have to provide the context as to why I'm not sleeping on my pillow, because I don't really want to be woken up when they come bring the money either. So this one particular night, there's a tooth under my pillow, but there's not a head on it. Oh boy, and then you still wake up and there's no money, but hey.
And then you're just like, well.
Yeah, so but the tooth fairy income. My tooth fairy, but let's go eat breakfast, see? You toothless self. Hey,
Go chew your breakfast with your no teeth.
let me tell you something, right? If it's one thing Caribbean parents could do is abuse your children by.
What?
Actually, as much as a mother, right, would cuss out a barber who made a mistake on the child's head, right? 10 minutes later, they reach in the house and the child ain't take off the shoes when they run in the house. But it's been a gap up head.
Yeah, you know, you ain't your fault, but you're getting, you know, that's now tied to you.
I said, she just done abuse of the man. Say, how you could do me child like this, you know? Reach home. Every time the child do something she ain't like, it has to be prefaced with your gap up head self.
Or is that's where your head gap out, so.
That's it.
You ain't behave, that's why you gap out your head. Good for you. Okay.
Oh boy. Bye. Your big and empty mouth self. Just come bring us. But hey,
I'll stop before I gap it out some more.
Yeah, we are so verbally abusive.
Casually.
Hey, you ever been like at the friend's house when the parent unleash on them and it's somewhat more disrespectful than you're accustomed to? Like, I've been at friends' house when the parents talk to them like a certain way and it surpasses what I was accustomed to, and it makes me very uncomfortable. The funny thing is like they're busy laughing. Your monkey this and your monkey that.
Awkwardness.
They're busy laughing and I'm just like, I am so uncomfortable now. Can I go back to my home, please?
It's uncomfortable because you know you got to sit down there and you can't make any additions or any comments because you next.
What?
So
what? But I think she feel to abuse it too. Start to tell you about who I big and I like me. I used to wear glasses. Yeah, I used to wear glasses. Yeah, so nobody more than call me for or not yeah. So I'm very respectful. I'm very respectful when I go into their homes. Oh boy.
Sometimes.
Well, we are busy making fun. Let us get to the nation's business.
Yeah, oh man, I have to read the report today. The whole thing.
You said that, yeah. I made a suggestion. You is the one who came up with that part.
Yeah, but you know, I just wanted.
No, go ahead.
I need to woosah first because me ready.
How people COVID positive does feel knowing that
they're in the number?
Like knowing that, like when you see new COVID cases and you know use one. Like is there a feeling attached to that?
A feeling of guilt, like a feeling of
maybe a feeling of pride, like me, what me do?
More like look me.
Oh boy.
Like you know when you in a commercial or
right, exactly.
Yourself in the back of it. You know, like when people used to be on like on 106 and Park and they would be in the back more waving because like watching me on TV.
Watch you. When we were younger and you managed to see a Singles flag on a 106 and Park, but the whole place turn up here. That's all everybody talking about the next.
Love it.
Till now, that Shensia and Kerwin Nubwa video. You got Singles flag in there. You see people going crazy over there by like
anything with a Singles flag in it.
Yep.
Set off like
the pride bells
celebration.
Yeah. Oh yeah, pride bells. So where are we at?
Just a reminder to hydrate today, and reminder to please hydrate.
Kevin, everybody knows that's a mimosa. Sorry, not a mimosa, I'm a mojito. Okay, sorry, I wasn't supposed to lay you out. Sorry.
It's water. It's just water.
Oh, you say that you're vodka in your Pellegrino. Okay, cool.
Oh, I hate vodka. No, vodka's not nice.
Okay.
Vodka, I don't do vodka. Mm-mm.
You wanna take this car before we move on?
Yeah, we could take the car before we jump in.
Let's see what's going on the lines. Carl, good morning, live on LNT. What's up?
Yeah, good morning, man. How you guys, man?
We're good.
Doing good.
Yeah, how about when you have to go to school with that mama's cut, man?
Bye.
And
Look,
get teased by your friends, man.
bye. That there was worse punishment than licks.
you know them mothers, man, but they trim your hair with that scissors and they just go straight through your hair, man. Brrr. Like a lawnmower going to the lawn outside, man.
You stop there. What about the mothers who put a ball on the children's head just to make sure they get the circle kind of?
Yeah, but anyway, man, I have an issue that I've been hearing about that I'm personally concerned about, and it was about the Air Sunshine airline that's based in Nevis. I understand that those guys are not being able to fly and apply their trade as yet. Is there any way you guys can look into that as a topic and see if you could bring that to the public and see what kind of feedback they can get? Because I've been hearing it on the other airline, on the other radio stations for maybe 1 or 2 weeks now, and I'm concerned about that, because to me, that flying the airline to bring passengers into St. Kitts and Nevis, that's I see those guys as essential workers. Because me myself, I'm in the transportation, field. I'm, over here in the United States, and so far for the pandemic, my job didn't stop. You know how bad the COVID was in the United States, and we just have to follow protocols. My employer, they ain't really mandate that we take the vaccine as yet, and yet still we surviving here. And as far as I can tell, in the state that I'm living in, North Carolina, we pretty much open up. The traffic, you should see the amount of cars on the roads now, Rush hour is like almost back to what it used to be prior to the pandemic. But that airline, I'm very much in support of those guys. I believe the government there, or the health officials, they need to look into a way to get that situation solved for those guys so they could at least, Christmas season is coming up, and I believe that those guys should be able to at least start bringing some passengers into the Federation for the Christmas season so as to make a contribution to, the economy.
All right, man.
That's my contribution, man. Now, and, thanks a lot, man. You guys have a good day.
All right.
You too.
I haven't heard anything about that situation. But I think Air Sunshine ain't based in the VI.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think it's.
I know they were having flights up until I think 3 weeks ago. But so I don't know. I don't know if something happened. Somebody gonna let us know. Somebody gonna let us know. But yeah, you're about to get into the COVID numbers, Kevin.
Oh yeah, it's true. So.
Belly only, man.
Yeah, mine too. That's why I'm drinking water. Slimness. So here's your St. Kitts and Nevis COVID-19 situation report number 574 as of Thursday, 28th of October 2021. And here are your numbers. So the confirmed cases within the last 24 hours is at 7. Active cases 164. Total number of cases that we've had since the beginning of this pandemic 2,664. To break those numbers up for you, St. Kitts 2,237, Nevis 427, recovered cases 2,478, and 21 deaths. So,
all right,
there we are.
Yeah, I think we're seeing a gradual downtrend. And as always, encourage people to stay safe, follow the protocols, and make healthy lifestyle choices. Eat better,
like drink water,
exercise, drink no water. As a matter of fact, take a sip of mine
right
now.
Water, honestly.
One thing I would say is this bottle size of my torso,
One thing I would say is drinking water has been difficult for me in terms of I'm a juice person. But what I found has helped is drinking water from a straw.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I have one of them Starbucks cups that you can buy, like the reusable
Yeah.
ones. And I pour water in there, and I find that sipping on water, I will gulp through the whole thing in no time, versus because it holds about two plastic water bottles of water. If I have those 2 plastic water bottles in front of me, they will probably sit there for the entire day, and I'd sip. But when I pour it over in the cup, drinking from the straw, I will gulp through it in a heartbeat.
Well, you see, with me, that's me too. I'm a gulper, so I don't do the sip choke today, sip choke today, sip choke today. I take like huge, like I'll gulp water. So I have like this bottle. How big this bottle is? This bottle.
I think my biggest. Check underneath. I think my biggest water bottle is 40 ounces. Biggest one I have.
No, I think this one is huge, brother.
There's a bigger one that I could have buy, but I
think it's 56 ounces. No, mine. This is 60 ounces actually, and I try to drink 2 of these a day. And
I try to go to the 240 ounces, and of course I would drop a straw in it and chug. But
yeah, I chug my water too. Yeah, and I think for me, when I do it that way, it works out better, and then it depends too. It depends on my level of activity, of course. That would change the level of the intake. But we have somebody trying to join the conversation. Good morning, caller 11 Island T. What's up? Oh, lost that call. I think we have somebody else trying to call in. Let's see if we get this one. Good morning, caller 11 Island T. What's up?
Good morning. Good morning to everybody.
Morning.
Yeah, I just want to explain something. When you were on the Antigua connection, Caribbean hookup, the percentage vaccinated. You were saying it was the total population. What it is actually, it is the population 18 years and over.
Yeah, he was saying the target population.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said it's the target population. Which is
the target. Yeah, that's what you're saying.
Those were 18 years.
Yeah, but the eligible population.
See, not the whole population.
No, he was saying the target population. So, yeah.
Yes, right. But some people still calculating the total population. Total population goes from 0, to 100 whenever. That's what you call the total population. But the target, since it was only designed then for people 18 and over, then it is that number they put the thing over. And now that they say 12 to 17, they will have to adjust the target population. Now in that case, the percentage may look smaller because the population, the target population, has increased. Any clearer?
Yeah.
Yes. So when you say target is from now 12 to 85 and over. All right then, thank you.
All right, thank you. I wonder, have they calculated the new numbers yet?
What do you mean, for the children?
Yeah, with the children.
Well, they have a separate graph, so remember they have a separate number for them, Yeah, so when you see the vaccination updates, it has for 18 and over, and then from 11 to 17. But you realize Pfizer now is they're seeking approval for kids 5 to 11.
Yeah, I think they're increasing they're trying to include more.
They're seeking. They're actually seeking the approval right now. So just now we'll be hearing about that too. So you know what that means? I mean they're basically covering school children. Yeah. I tell you that it's gonna be interesting to see. One of the points I was trying to make while we was there, speaking to the guys from Antigua, is I know parents who, I think I said it on the show. I was talking to this one guy who is not for vaccine mandates and thing. He's not vaccinated and all of that. But when I asked him how he felt about his child's teacher having the same position, that perspective, it was a little uncomfortable for him. So I wonder if some of the pressure, to ask teachers to be vaccinated coming from parents.
Questions that need answers.
Yeah. Oh, well. My stomach just harmonized with my voice.
I just see an article that we might read if we get to it. Let's talk about some local news on this day's Tita.
Hee, not shishi, no wee, hee.
So, a petition author shares her miscarriage experience to empower others. So, author, attorney, advocate, petition, and of course, a woman, and most recently mother to an angel baby.
Yeah.
In November 2020,
Friend of the show.
a big friend of the show, at 37 years old, Jehan Williams suffered a miscarriage at 26 weeks pregnant. The cause was fibroids. It was her first pregnancy. Her story, like those before her, is not an easy one to tell, yet she has braved the tides and has done just that. Almost 1 year after the devastating experience that has changed her life forever, Jehan has revealed that she has written a book documenting her journey through the difficult moments following the indescribable loss. It's called Lifting the Weight of Miscarriage, Healing Insights on Pregnancy Loss for Sufferers and the People Around Us. It offers insight and gives thoughts on how women and men can begin to process the pain of losing a baby. Jehan told Luke her way of coping during that difficult time was to write what she was feeling. She began writing 3 months after she lost the baby and continued writing for about 4 months after that. And it soon became more of a form of therapy as she soon realized that writing was helping her through her grief. But what she wrote could assist others through theirs. She explained that it was a very difficult time for me. As I continued to write, I realized it started developing a format that perhaps could be shared. I felt a strong spiritual urging that I should make this public because we don't talk about miscarriages. We don't talk about pregnancy loss or causes or risks or effects. I want us to start thinking about having these conversations because if based on the statistics that these things are very common, it means that there are so many women and their partners as well who are suffering from the effects of losing a baby. So
Yeah, by strength personified, eh?
yeah, that takes a lot, and it's always something you commend when somebody shares their suffering because it helps persons who don't.
With the intention of helping others who may be dealing with similar issues. Yeah,
because there's some people who don't know how to handle this, don't know how to cope, and your courage to talk might be just what they're missing to help them through theirs.
And I think that type of intention comes through. It comes through in the content, right? And kudos to Jan and not only to her but even her partner, because this of course speaks to his experience as well, right? So the courage to be able to, like I said, share this type of experience and kind of help you navigate through it is commendable. I don't think I'd be able to do that. But guys, and the thing about it, right, Kevin, I don't think we actually recognize just how common of an experience this is. Yeah, it's more common than we would like it to be.
Way more common.
Yeah. So yeah, and we have, and again, petition publishers. I really am hoping to see more and more petition authors who get published and get the recognition, because I do believe that it is important that we share our cultural experience, our unique petition perspective on things. So yeah, I actually saw that her I think she's her own publisher actually, and she calls her company Bouncing Daughter Publishers or Publication. So it's almost like it came full circle. She's honoring her dad while speaking about the loss of a child. It's a beautiful thing.
Tough stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, it's tough.
Like
it's
said,
tough.
it's
It's
things
tough
we don't
stuff.
talk about.
It's tough stuff. But I think the way we use and navigate this is beautiful. Like I think the courage that it took is admirable.
Very
It's admirable.
admirable, commendable.
I could
all
barely
of the
write my
above.
name, but are you gonna write a book? Yeah, but I always love to really give kudos to people who have skills that I don't. You know, and appreciate them for using those skills in these types of ways.
Mm-hmm.
Woo. Yeah, bye. This one heavy for you. Let's move on here. This I'm watching you like, bye.
Stressful.
Let's move on.
It's a stressful thing.
Yeah.
The loss is rough.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some more local news. This one is political. So, political strategist Peter Wickham suggests that Dr. Denzel Douglas may have stayed at the helm of the party longer than he should have.
Peter,
During an interview.
Peter, like you want a voice note on email. Him, go ahead. Peter, you see the videos, man. Go ahead.
Screaming. So, during an interview on Inside Politics from St. Kitts Newsline, hosted by Andre Huey, Wickham said that as much as a leader can be outstanding, I often think that leaders tarnish their own image by staying at the wicket too long. One of the most distinguished sons of the Caribbean cricketing soil, Sir Viv, bowled out when he was considered one of the greatest. And I think that it is sadly something that a lot of our leaders in the Caribbean don't do. Oh, not bowled out, bowed out. I said bowled because that's cricket. Bowed out. They tarry in the vineyard long past their sell-by date, and I think that is what we're seeing here. Another statement by Wickham. The topic of discussion was the next leader of the St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party, which remained the hot topic since Dr. Douglas announced his intention to step back from his leadership role. It seems pretty clear in my mind that he is somewhat reluctant to go, and that he is now saying, I will go in a situation where there will be a contest. And his position was that, look, the tradition of the Labour Party is that we do not contest the leadership. That has never happened before, and if he's going to be contested, then he is not running. That is a reasonable position for him to take. Also included in the conversation was Maurice E.K. Flanders, popular DJ and radio host, and Duncan Big Lights Watley, Calypsonian and social commentator. While the panelists agreed that Dr. Douglas's career has been one of the strongest in the region, both Flanders and Watley agreed that he remained in the leadership of the St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party for too long. But who do they endorse as the next leader of Her Majesty's loyal opposition? I really hate when Janine find it weighing things.
Bye. She just like been in by.
Right? You've been in things and you don't even come here. It's like you're in Basti High and you're always in Mashi business. Yeah. In the running, our party executives, the Honorable Dr. Jeffrey Hanley, Mr. Conress Maynard, and Dr. Terence Drew. Conress Maynard is the newest candidate throwing his hat in the ring for leadership position. And EK questioned the additional speculation that may murky the waters. When Dr. Douglas said Conress Maynard, he is murking the waters because you already have two candidates that were nominated. Why would you want a third? Why would you even want a fourth? Why would you, as leader, even suggest someone else? it also gives the ear to the notion that Douglas did not want to go. So he wants to anoint somebody who is of his view, somebody whose ear he may have. And you may have all of these things floating in the air that you would have not wanted, because it gives you the opposition for to get ammunition to campaign against you. I tell you, can these people just sort out the thing and let us know?
Boss, that's all I keep saying, yeah. I mean, the party thing is kind of, yeah. I understand the necessity of it for facilitating like campaigns and stuff like that, but there's a reason why the Constitution ain't even mention party once.
Can you just tell us and go? Like, can we just get the announcement and move on? Like,
yeah,
this is exhausting.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, think this is information.
Let me ask you a question.
I mean,
let me ask you a question, and this is a two-part question. One, do you believe that Dr. Douglas is going to contest for his seat in the next election? And also, do you believe that he will lead the Labour Party into the next election?
Don't know, to be honest. You know, I don't really.
Well, nobody really know, but what's your gut feeling?
Yes. Then the answer you're looking for, but yes.
But I will tell you this: I don't know if I see a situation where he is the candidate but not the leader. Where he's a candidate but not the leader. I don't see that. I don't see that. So, yeah.
That's reasonable.
Yeah, and we'll have to wait and see. And unlike some people, I'm not getting worked up about the seemingly, it's a bunch of ambitious people in this thing. There's a bunch of ambitious people, like, so, like, these are the kind of things they're gonna have in those scenarios. And in terms of the idea that he would have been there for too long, I don't know what the metrics are. He has been winning his seat consistently, but I do always wonder why the conversation tends to settle around this person or that person, and whether they should be there or shouldn't be there, and if they're there long enough or whatever, and not focus on, we probably would not have had all of these issues had there been proper succession plan in place for the party. We're talking about Douglas himself. Yeah, he's the leader and he should be grooming the next generation and stuff like that. But the party itself, just like businesses, just government institutions, there needs to be succession plans built in to the operation of the entity. And I think that is the bigger issue. Mm-hmm. So if this is, well, we're talking about the Labour Party now, so and of course this will go for all the other political parties. But if you recognize this now, then that needs to be part of the conversation as well. How do we ensure that moving forward, the party prepares not just for the upcoming election or the one after that, but long term, to ensure the viability and the success of the party? There needs to be training, succession, clear plan, goals, all of that for the party. There needs to be clear direction, not just in terms of the policies and the views of the party, but also of the persons involved. So, and the person also. Hopefully that is where the conversations are, but a lot of the discussion just kind of focusing on Douglas, and so I see the man in the treadmill, the man looking good.
The man out there in the playground having a time of his life, like.
Watch you.
Same way.
If you look sharp, Douglas on the beach right now doing some jump squats in the sun. Just relax yourself.
Or even like priorities, people. Priorities, people. Get it together.
Yeah. We'll see.
Shrug.
We'll see.
We'll see.
The funny thing about it, right?
Let's jump into.
The funny thing about it.
Go ahead.
No, and go ahead and mention it, and I was here thinking it too. You remember the types of things that came up after the kind of things that was said, especially on the platform, in relation to the now Prime Minister wanting I think he was termed as a turn. With your time.
Wait your time.
Hey, some of them sound clips they're just classics by. Watch it, right? Whenever Dr. Douglas retire, we need a greatest hits album.
Or just like a bunch of clips of
like a greatest hits. There needs to be like a greatest hits album I buy. Everything from.
And can we use the when we advertise in the commercial, can we use the greatest hits commercials from our day?
Yes.
Like the commercial.
Yes. Oh my! I gotta tell Ross Kelly, when Dr. Douglas finally retires from public life, we need a greatest hits album by featuring Kuno Man, featuring National Debt,
featuring 10 Man in One,
featuring 10 Man in by a classic.
Featuring Settle Down. Can't forget Settle Down.
featuring. First of all, I'm a Christian. That's it. I maybe just do a gospel album.
Might as well at this point.
Oh man, my politics is one thing, is entertaining. If it's one thing, is entertaining.
Politics in the Caribbean is interesting.
My politics all over. We didn't even talk about the Iranian governor.
Oh, may see that one.
What? I sent it. I didn't send it to y'all.
Oh, that one. Yeah, but I didn't get to watch it.
Boss, the Iranian governor, they are giving a speech, but man just walk up to him, me know whatever he said in his Iranian tongue, and proceeded to bust the man a slap right there.
I saw the headline, but I didn't get to watch.
But one slap, like the man ain't even try to run off or nothing. The man was convicted. The conviction in the slap there, but I don't know what's going on over there, but them man wilding. Just to this simmer down.
Simmer down. Simmer down. Young one. Okay. Let's move on to something else.
Let us
Politics is
proceed.
stressing me out. Me neither. So let's talk about financial invest. This is another local news story. So financial investigations to probe allegations of swindling at the Customs Department. Financial crimes investigations are involved in the inquiry of 2 custom officers who allegedly pocketed monies meant for the National Treasury. The investigation is ongoing at the Customs and Excise Department in St. Kitts following reports of the 2 customs officers who allegedly took payment for themselves instead of depositing said monies into the department's coffers. Police confirmed allegations that surfaced that the 2 customs officers accepted money from importers and kept it for themselves. They were also accused of tampering with the department system. At the Prime Minister's press conference on Thursday, October 28th, Commissioner Hilroy Brandy said that financial investigators are looking into the records to see if any charges can be brought against those persons. He confirmed that a report was filed by the Comptroller of Customs and Excise Department to the police. He added that the police are carrying out an investigation and several statements have been recorded already.
Wow.
Stop thief now.
Oh boy.
No, but then no.
They probably didn't. They know what happened.
Like,
the problem is really they probably didn't go to Christian living class in school.
Yeah, because now the problem is look where you are here now. Look at where you are now.
Whew. Hey, but say one, say two. I am one of the people who I always find it interesting how we bash certain criminals I'm talking about scammers. We bash certain scammers, and then certain scammers we like applaud them.
Oh yeah, there's some legal scammers going on.
Even the illegal ones, like brother, like some of this, like there is these yeah, but there's some of these documentaries that are centered around some of the greatest scams in history, and the way the story is told, you can't help but just be like somewhat impressed.
To get catch.
But and somewhat impressed by the ingenuity and the creativity. But that's because the story is told a certain way. But when it's people that look like us, nah man, maybe people get off a scam out too, man.
But you know, they're always innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah,
so,
we just have to wait and see what happens with this case.
We have to wait and see what happens.
Yeah, we gotta wait and see. And I do believe that it may be a bit difficult. To pull off some of these scams around here. I believe so. I believe like if you are looking to steal some money, somebody can probably notice. Somebody can probably notice. If it's enough to risk your reputation for, somebody can notice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to be stealing like from places where they don't look at anything under the 100 and million thing. So you know, like when they state in numbers, they just go 1 point whatever million. Like they don't actually put in the 100,000 right down to the dollars and cents and so. Like if that's it, if you're stealing from a place that quote the numbers under a million, like they don't, like, what do they call that there? They don't put the decimal place. Yeah, and round up. If they don't round up to the million, don't bother thief nothing. Somebody will find out. If they don't round up when they're calling out, as a matter of fact, if they don't round up to the 10 million, don't mean about the thief nothing. They're gonna find out. Just that's a word of advice.
Exactly what's missing.
Yeah, that's a word of advice to you guys. Don't bother thief nothing. They're gonna find out. Yeah, you take enough money floating. Where you could miss a loose. You can't miss a loose 500,000.
What cent is missing? We know it's gone. Because if we tell you stole $5,870.48, we know exactly what you took. We just talk with the lawyers to figure out how we're gonna deal with you.
Yeah, how much years we can get, and we're trying to figure out why you do the money, so we could see how much we could get back.
Right. Because now it's just more like okay, so they definitely took it. We just need to figure out where it went, how it went, for all these things. But we know you took it.
Brother, let me tell you something, right? People didn't even understand the amount of money that be floating around in this place, yeah? The amount of money that be floating around, people don't understand. And it's because you're just in a position where every $100 count. You're in a position where every $100 counts, so it's hard for you to fathom the fact that on a daily basis there's people moving checks 500,000, 600,000, 800,000, a million, like right here in Escape. like people, like, it's hard to fathom, but that's what's going on. So again, kids, if you're listening, if the place you're gonna steal from don't round up to the nearest tens of 100 million, just leave the money alone. Go work a second job. Get involved in Bitcoin or something. But a Bitcoin. How much for Bitcoin now? Like 63,000?
I can actually tell you. Hold on.
How much for Bitcoin? I think like 60 something thousand.
Because last time I checked, it's like 40 something. I think it's in the 60s now. A Bitcoin is now $61,158, and it's fluctuating, so I can't finish reading it.
Yeah.
61,000.
Yeah. One of these days I'll come on here and give some tips as to which coins I think people should get involved in.
It actually went down lately, you know.
Yeah, and it was up to 63,000.
So September, end of September, it was 41,000. It jumped to $20,000, and peaked at 66,000 a week ago.
Brother, I ain't gonna tell no lie, right? I have a friend who invested 1,700 US dollars. He bought Shiba, the Shiba coin. And yesterday he told me he's now at $10,000. So he 10x'd his money in 400 days.
Happy side.
400 days. If I only had money where I could buy coins, wow. But yeah, guys, do some investment. Let's give up on the theft. Yeah, let's ease up on the theft. There's other ways. Like I was watching this thing the other day with this scam, where they were buying like the horses, like the race horses, and what was happening was they would buy a horse for like $100,000 because of course, you know, horse semen is one of the most
cheap.
Yeah, but you know, horse semen is one of the most expensive liquids in the world.
Especially depending on the horse is coming.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, so what these people were doing was, if the horse ain't really panning out how they expected it to pan out, it would actually be cheaper for them to kill the horse than to keep the horse alive. But what was happening is, if they killed the horse, they wasn't getting the insurance because they'd buy it for 100,000, but then insure it for like 2 million.
Oh yeah, so they get the insurance back.
Right. So what was happening is they literally figured out a way to electrocute the horses, to fool the coroners into thinking it was natural causes. I tell you, watch your way. People scams different here.
Very elaborate.
Why people scams different? Like, what? Actually, why people ain't gonna just decide, but we ain't gonna put the money in the account. I just go with it.
Very elaborate and intricate.
Why people scams on a different level, by step up our game, by.
Are you encouraging the population to scam better?
I'm saying if you're going to scam, then make wise scamming choices. I always believe in making wise choices. Now the wisest choice might be to not scam at all. But if you're going to scam,
which is the train I was thinking, the train of thought I was on, but okay.
But Kevin, there's levels to this, okay?
Boy. But yeah, so just don't scam. Just don't do it. I know everybody had their reasons for, but no, I don't think the consequences always match the risk. So just not, if you can, please.
But Kevin, we actually have our wait. Oh, somebody said Shaggy. That's a Shaggy name, and I was excited. So yeah, but yeah, guys, we're gonna actually take a short break and come right back. We have a special guest in the studio with us this morning, so stay locked, stay tuned. We're gonna be right back with more Island Tea right here on Win Media SKN.
Feel the magic happening. Campari. Taste.
Something incredible happens when Campari is mixed just right. Like Campari and orange juice poured over ice. Taste it. Try it tonight. Bitter, sweeter, better. Campari. Must be 18 years and older. Drink responsibly.
Then drink the real Fruta. Enjoy the real joy.
Taste the real Fruta. Enjoy the real Fruta. Refreshing juice of every day is Fruta.
Fruta, juiced right.
Welcome back to Island Tea with your faves, Kevin and Nazim, featuring Jade, Gwenisha Johnson, who's not here with us today. And it is time to jump into Eat Local with Young Gena. Welcome and good morning.
Yeah, hello, good morning, everyone on the radio
How are we doing
station.
today?
I'm fine.
I know Jenna ain't in here moving like Isha, yeah.
No time.
This is
Okay.
very modest.
Not time.
But Jenna, I mean, it's a real pleasure to get you joining us this morning. Fridays we usually have some conversation with artists, people involved in the entertainment industry. And yeah, man, it's just a real pleasure to get you joining us here this morning, man.
Most definitely, it's a pleasure to be here.
So, I mean, a lot of people may not know of Young Gena. A lot of our listeners, we have a very diverse audience, right? A lot of people from a lot of different backgrounds, a lot of people who, maybe not up to date on exactly what's hot and what's going on in the streets. So, for those people, tell us a bit about Young Gena.
Well, Young Gena is just an artist just trying to get bigger forward, most definitely. And, it's kind of hard to reach out to everybody, seeing that you ain't on a team. It's always better when you have a team to help you push music and so forth. It got much further. But, I don't mind doing it. I'm doing it from the heart. So, most definitely, me mind the struggles. Everything you do in life, you always got to fight. So, I just got to push on.
But what type of music how would you classify your music? Let me put it that way.
Well, it's a blend actually of everything, because I just listen a lot of different types of music. So, but it's dancehall actually, but I put my own little twist to it.
So when you say a twist, like what would you like? How would you describe it? Is dancehall with what makes you unique and different?
It's like a little dancehall rap with a little R&B.
Okay, so
with the flow.
It's a cook up.
Yeah, it's a cook up. A blend up.
Yeah. But I mean, I think that there's a lot of people who. One thing, singing is full of talented people. Eh?
Most definitely.
Full of talented people, and I always just say it ain't for the want of talent at all, because like you could back a stone and sing it and hit, just shoot it and hit a talented person. But when did you recognize that this is something that you want to do, something that you wanted to pursue?
Well, to tell you the truth, from since high school days, but when I started, nobody was really listening, so I kind of fall off. And then, now I got this don't care kind of mentality when I'm doing something. Like, I decided and go at it again, and hey, actually start to reach out to other people. Sometimes the people them who you feel like would push you ain't gonna push you, so you gotta stop look for acceptance in certain people and just do your thing.
Yeah, for sure. I think especially when it comes to artistic things, you kind of just have to believe in your vision and your creativity.
Yep.
And you can resonate with the people who you're supposed to resonate with. If you understand where I'm coming from, you're not always gonna be everybody gonna see the vision right away.
For real. And from experience, yeah, ain't everybody gonna see a vision, even your closest friend. You might surprise that, you know, they was like, "Why, what you doing, my?"
But you started really while still in high school. What area I think is you from? Where you represent?
Well, I'm from Newton, but I got to represent Sadlers. Most definitely.
Right. So you went like you moved to Sadlers?
Yeah, I moved to Sadlers when I was like second farm, first farm.
Right.
So, you know, they were army peeps, be really, so I repping Sadlers.
For sure.
For sure.
Kevin, I don't know, have you been featured on any of Young Gena songs?
Not yet, but a collab is on the way.
Oh man, but I think there's some people who might not know some of your music, who might not be really aware. What are some of the songs that you recognize you got a bit of a good response for so far?
Well, for the ladies, them, Disado was a real...
Why the ladies, them, they like them kind of songs by? Meaning, like, you think...
Yo.
Anything with them kind of energy there, the woman just like, you know what it is.
Yeah, they fall into it. They're very
be careful.
Emotional creatures.
Oh, okay.
So they're gonna like those kind of stuff.
Yeah. But so that was one of the songs that people really seem to really like from you.
Yeah, that scratched the paint a little, you know, just the top coat.
Right.
And then I said, hey, let me explore a little more. And then I do Raise from the Ghetto. You know, I want to ghetto people come and say, yo, I like that tune there. Then I say, you know, and switch it up, you know, and feel it out. See all the different topics I could touch and, you know, so forth.
So you're more right from like things you observe, things you experience, you just get a concept and it ain't really got to be something personal. Like, what's your process like when you're creating your music?
Well, I blend everything. I blend some of my stuff into it. Some of my friends, them, some of the people, them, who I don't even know, but I hear about the situation. I put it in.
So it's more real life stories, even if it ain't personal stories, it's real life.
Yeah.
Okay.
These things were actually gone in sync, it's most definitely.
Well, man, if you're looking at what's going on in St. Kitts, you got a lot of... we come here every day and talk about what's going on in St. Kitts, so you got a lot of things you could sing about.
Yeah.
Trust me. But where you at now in your career, you would say? Like, would you say you're at a point where you're still trying to break into the mainstream, like St. Kitts music? Would you say that you're kind of there and more looking to branch outside of St. Kitts? Like, where would you say you are in your career?
Well, in my career, I ain't feel like I get a strong forward in St. Kitts as yet. But most definitely, I got the 1-2 links outside working with me with certain things. You know, the pushing to make other links. So, meeting could be much mainstream. And, you know, I all for it. I'm just waiting patiently.
For sure.
So, you know, I'm sure, you know, you're waiting patiently and so are we. What's the plans for an album?
Just now. And do an EP first. A little EP, warm up the people to it, and then I'm gonna switch it over to the album.
Okay. Well, that means
is there a time frame we have going for when this EP is supposed to show up?
Actually, no. Ain't a time frame. I just go on my feelings most definitely. You know?
So you're at a point now where you're just kind of creating music and getting ready for, you know, to keep going to the studio and create the EP as it come.
Yeah. I also got a link in Trinidad. He already sent me a beat named Bruce. He's actually a beatsman and he do videos also, you know. And planning to go Trinidad to drop a song. He's gonna record it, everything, produce it as a Trinidad song. And trust me, that's gonna give me a little buzz.
Yeah, for sure. I think I think it's important to network, right?
Yeah, networking is really important, trust me.
And to move around. And we had an artist here last week, and one of the things that was interesting about her career was the fact that a lot of times it's people outside who was seeing the talent before us here, and I think that's the experience for a lot of artists.
Yeah, and that's crazy to me. That's crazy. Like, you're waiting for somebody to push your flag for you, your people, before you do it. Like, the guy saying dance a yard before you dance abroad, but sometimes you dance abroad before you dance a yard.
Yeah. And I think that's the experience of a lot of people. But how has the response from persons not in St. Kitts been to your music?
Well, I want to people, you know, they're going to find the negative things to say first before they actually give you a compliment. And when you come around, like, on the foreign side, you know, they give more constructive criticism. Hey, I see you did this wrong, but I need you to do this.
Right.
And this is going to better you.
Right.
You know? And I rather the constructive criticism.
Well, I mean, I guess the goal is really to get better. So that's the stuff you're gonna use to really build on your career, build on your talent, and get that done. Who are some of the producers and stuff who you work with, to do some of these songs that you've been doing so far?
JVM.
All right.
Drastic Beats, Zagadan, Stunner Geo. And why I got stop and Stunner Geo, right? That's a producer that actually working with couple Jamaican artists that already got a big forward, and you know, he actually making some big moves, even though a lot of people don't know about it. Trust me. Stunner Geo, he from Saddlers actually, Bunjai.
Right.
Yeah. And he's out there, he making a lot of moves, and you know, when the link get tighter, St. Kitts artists them also going to benefit off of those kind of moves that he's making.
Yeah, I think a lot of times we don't recognize what's happening. We spoke a few weeks ago about like Jabari Stevens and things who out there doing big things on the soca scene.
Yep.
And you know, a lot of people don't know. Like, we got people right here working with some of these established artists. Overseas, people with big names, people who we come and we'll call in the name when it's time to do music fest. We know they come in here to play sing his music on the stage.
You know,
exactly.
and that's real. That's really embarrassing. You know.
Yeah.
Because hey, like, we just need to open the eye with our music, and trust me, you're gonna reach further. You might surprise that we as St. Kitts people overthrow some of the dancehall artists that we actually worship like.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you something. I have been blessed enough to witness performances from almost everybody you could talk to. And I'd be on some of these shows, and I'd be like, I could bring 10 men from SK right now and rip up these men. Easy.
Simple pimple.
But you know, it's gonna take time. It's gonna take effort. It's gonna take the right mindset and the right investments. So I believe that it's possible, and I could see that you share the same view as well.
It is possible.
You know, hopefully you're one of them artists who really help to put St. Kitts on the map, just like some of the other artists that been coming before you.
Yeah, most definitely. I'm working towards it. You know, and I got a lot of youngsters that are around, especially in Saddlers. They're pushing me to do like bigger things, cause they wanna come along and are willing to carry the load. You know, cause me ain't gonna be here forever, and them they are gonna take over the younger generation and have to take over and buck up.
Right.
Right. So how can your fan base keep up with you? How can they follow you? Where can they find you? How do they find your music? Where you're available?
Right now, my music on every platform: iTunes, SoundCloud, everything you could think about, TikTok, everything. You know, music is the Young Gena, YUNG, GENA. You can't miss the crusty face.
So, and what about your pages, like your social media, if they want to keep up with you for like updates or just to see what's new.
Everything is Young Gena. Everything. Instagram, Facebook, Snap. Everything is Young Gena. YUNGGENA.
Just type Young Gena in the search bar and you're there.
And a deal. Once you do that, a deal.
All right then. All right. But what's next for you? Because I know you spoke about the EP. You spoke about probably going into an album. But I suspect that you probably have some single on the way even before the EP. So what's next?
Yep. I got a tune coming in, Gangster Party. I'm supposed to drop a video for that also. Yo, my vision for that real exotic. So
something to look forward to.
Something to look forward to. Because I dropped a tune named Creme de la Creme, and everybody was saying, yo, this is a movie, yo. So if that is a movie, trust me, this one gonna be crazy, yo. I don't even know what to call this one.
But who you generally work with for your videos and things? Like, who you got in mind?
Well, right now, ISI.
Right.
For the time being.
For sure.
But, Boost really want to start editing my videos because he really see that my songs them gain tighter and tighter.
Right.
So he was like, yo, I could see the improvements. I see what I tell you you're working on for real, and you've been putting in the work, so I feel it's time to upgrade your thing again.
Right. So yeah, I've been have people outside who willing to come on board in different ways.
Yeah, most definitely.
Man. Well, man, I really want to wish you the best on your journey. I know, like you were saying in earlier, sometimes it's difficult, but what would you say is like some of the bigger hurdles for you to overcome, trying to do what you're trying to do?
Yeah.
Kevin is like I just tell the man by
you feel like it's not right. You hit him with a solid question.
He hit me with a stone, yo. Yo, like the most difficult thing is like getting people to appreciate your craft. I think it's people we call on one another too much, and then hey, that same person they're gonna go and play the worst song out of wherever you come from.
Just be guy foreign.
Yeah, just be guy foreign. They're playing the worst song and they're like, yo, this is bad. Like, really no. That what you call bad? But hey, we just gotta appreciate each other craft, and support each other, and the music industry gonna have to develop itself.
Yeah, for sure. Actually, when I leave here, heading over to Marriott for a meeting with the Ministry of Entertainment.
Same here.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to see what they have to say. But I do believe that at the end of the day, persons like yourself who have a vision, who are willing to put in the work, and who are willing to continually get better, listen to the constructive criticism, and even the criticism of whatever flavor you come in. Yeah, just willing to listen to that and continually improve. I think that's how we're gonna move this thing forward. We've had persons who've been there before us, who have achieved great things in the music. Everybody always talk about like the early Mats. People talk about even now the Dimensions, Small Axe and them thing. But we're looking for some sustained success where we could really see, several groups, several artists moving around, entertaining their fans all over the world, because they have fans all over the world. So, just want to wish you the best on your journey. But anything you want to say before you leave? Anybody you want to shout out? Anything you want the people listening to know? Because I got a lot of people listening right now.
Yeah. I want to big up everybody that show me a little support. Big up all the producers, big up Steady Music. He's one of the big main pieces of the puzzle. He makes sure he does put a lot of effort in the music, mix and master.
Right.
He does be blunt when he don't like something. I like that about him. That's one of the people that actually, put a foot down and make sure I make the right step big up Boost, big up Stunner Geo, big up all the beats man them, big up all my supporters them, my actors them, in my music videos, yo, they need Grammys, yo.
Hey guys, go check out Young Gena music videos. Yeah, this thing they hear them say it's like a movie.
Yeah, it's like a movie actually.
Yeah.
So big up everybody, big up my mother. She support me even though sometimes she don't like, certain things.
Mommy, don't study that. The man expressing himself. Don't study that.
Yeah, most definitely. She understand me, man.
She understand.
Yeah.
Hey, but it's an important thing when you got a mother support, eh?
But yeah.
That they go further than anything, I could tell you that.
Yeah, trust me, he go a long way. He goes a long way.
But yeah, Young Gena, I mean, it's been a pleasure, having this conversation with you today. Really appreciate it. And like I said, wishing you all the best. Kevin, before we close up the show, anything you want to say to Young Gena?
No, man, he's doing his thing, and of course, he get all the support he needs when the time is right, because everybody's into local artists. I think the local scene is being supported more by locals lately. Yeah. So, he's in safe hands.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Gena, again, big up yourself. Appreciate it. You're taking the time to come and talk to us, and of course, we're looking forward to all the new music that you have coming. Next song you gotta make sure you send it over to Jade so we could probably feature you. Just let us know.
Yo, Jade does get my music, Like if you go on she messenger right now, what she messaging me out for, you should see all the links just
pile up. But for sure, man, we're looking forward to new music. We're looking forward to your EP and of course your album, and of course to whatever new heights you reach in your musical journey, man.
Yeah, thank you very much, and thanks for giving me the opportunity to, hear my voice, and it's a pleasure being here.
Yeah, man, for sure. But Kevin, unfortunately, that brings us to the end of the show.
Happy side.
Yeah, actually, it's Friday, yeah. Friday, weekend time, yeah. So you know what I mean? Nothing.
As I waited, I'm like, what I mean?
Nothing. Go sleep.
Oh.
But yeah, so guys, I just want to really encourage people to, again, remain safe. It's the weekend. Do, but don't overdo. And remember, we're still on mission, make it to 2022. Yeah. We're still on mission, make it to 2022. And really asking everybody to make wise decisions, to be a little conscious about where you go, how you do. Hey, watch it, involving things keep your head on a swivel, yeah? Or why not just stay home?
That's an option too.
But yeah, guys, I have plans this weekend. I have something tonight. But watch it, I got room to paint now for months, right? And
I just want to let down.
And I feel if me paint it, I'm gonna be in so much trouble. So I gotta try paint the room. I gotta try paint the room sometime this weekend. If anybody can give me a hand, just shout me out. You all know to find me. But yeah, guys, we're at the end of the show. It's been a wonderful week. We had some great guests. We had some great conversations. Thank you to everybody who's been a part of what it is that we do here. Whether it is you join us on Facebook, YouTube, or you listen to us on the radio. Whether it is your call, whether it is your comment, whether it is you stay on the side of the road and abuse us, we appreciate it all the same. All I think me know all I'll be talking about, but they know what they're doing. They don't get them off the radio. Thank you.
We here, have no fear.
Yeah, we just hear knowing you every morning. But again, guys, this would not be what it is without you. So we appreciate you. And before we go, of course, we're going to have to hear some parting words from the man himself, Duke of Felipe, the Prosecco Papi, the Slim God, the Chapstick Don, the man himself, Fetvan, aka Sir Kevin Henley.
Because remember that you can't be everybody's cup of tea because you is not a mug. We will see you on Monday.